All right, we are live for the full fight reaction between Reinier de Ridder and Brendan Allen, your main event middleweight division at UFC Vancouver, and we are with you until this fight comes to an end. Both fighters getting introduced right now, and we're ready to go. And just on a side note, we're 17-17 on the year in the main event, and we've battled back throughout the year just trying to get to this point. And if Reinier de Ridder can pull off the win for us, this will be the first time we've been over 500 for about at least 3 or 4 months. Just a rough year. Overall record solid, but main event, very difficult. So Netherlands versus Canada here. Of course, the fans, I didn't realize Brendan Allen was from Canada. I should have known that, but didn't realize that. For some reason, I thought he was American. And here we go. So de Ridder's going to be looking to land takedown to shoot for one already. He can't get it. And Brendan Allen digs the underhooks, lands a knee, and de Ridder lands a knee. And Brendan Allen's a guy that's very tough to finish. I mean, and unfortunately, buckle your seatbelt, folks. We might be in for a long one here. That's just how I saw this thing playing out, unless de Ridder finds a way to get a finish. But already it's proven to be very difficult to get Brendan Allen to the ground. And there's going to be a lot of tie-ups here. Oh, de Ridder goes right to the full mount off the takedown. Boy, that's not good for Brendan Allen. Oh, boy. And the submission ability for de Ridder when he gets you in this position is first class. Not number one, but it's first class. And he's just all over Brendan Allen right now. Still in the full mount, full control. Brendan Allen can't go anywhere. And de Ridder's trying to get the triangle. And de Ridder's a little high right now. He's going to have to slide back just a little bit to get this, but de Ridder's definitely trying to get it. Now he's going to switch the other way. Brendan Allen gives up the back. That gets him out of the full mount, but now he's got de Ridder on his back. Brendan Allen using the canvas as a way not to allow de Ridder to get underneath of him. Again, Brendan Allen, a guy that's very difficult to finish, but de Ridder all over him right now. Gosh. Once de Ridder gets you here, it's just nearly impossible to get up. And it's like all Brendan Allen can do right now is just try to hold on. Now he gets the legs unlocked. The legs are locked again. De Ridder's back is on the canvas. Brendan Allen has given up his back. De Ridder from behind looking for a submission. But right now he's just content on controlling Brendan Allen until he can figure it out. Boy, de Ridder rolls back to being on top. And now they're side to side as far as on the canvas, but de Ridder still has the back of Allen. And this is something he couldn't do against Robert Whittaker, right? I mean, much more difficult. Brendan Allen is a guy you can do it to, but it's still hard to finish. Brendan Allen keeping his chin down. 90 seconds left in this round. Now he's just pounding away from behind. And he's kind of abandoned his submission for the moment. Trying to get underneath once again. He can't do it. And there he goes. Brendan Allen separates the hands quickly. Yeah, he rolls right back to a full mount. Brendan Allen is just under duress like crazy. Man. De Ridder trying to get underneath again. Brendan Allen keeping the chin down. And we've seen Brendan Allen here before, right? But again, very difficult to finish. And now with about 30 seconds left, De Ridder's going to start opening up, and he does. And Brendan Allen rolls back to his stomach, gives up the back once again. But now De Ridder's not worried about submissions. He's just pounding away left and right. 20 seconds left. And he's trying to get some work in here before the restart. Now looking for an arm bar. Can he get it? No. Brendan Allen finally slips out. And that's just because De Ridder was going for it here with about a couple seconds left. And that'll do it for round one. So impressive first round by De Ridder, who's going to be up 1-0 here in this 5-round potential. That is not guaranteed, but potential 5-round fight. De Ridder's up 1-0. This is a guy that came in 21-2 from the Netherlands. Brendan Allen, aka All In Allen, and that's a great nickname because he's always all in, tough to finish. He's 25-7, so this is where the rubber meets the road for Reinier de Ridder. You start running through the competition, then you get to Robert Whitaker, and you lose that by, I believe it was by a decision. You get kind of forced back a little bit. You got to fight more, a few notches down with Brendan Allen, who's no slouch. But it's a fight if you're Reinier de Ridder that you have to win, and that's why we picked him in the prediction. Right? This is just show me what you got fight, and as good as Brendan Allen is, it's a fight you got to win. And even better if you can win by finish. And here we go. Round two's underway. We'll get a look at the stand-up game from both guys. The good thing about going into a new round is you get a free stand-up. And De Ridder goes right into the body once again. And we had this last time as both guys battle for position, and eventually De Ridder just threw him onto the ground and took the full mount right away. And if he does that again, it's just going to be a problem for Brendan Allen. Fans booing now because they want to see striking. They want to see a KO. They want to see all in Allen land something big. But De Ridder's, I don't want to say a lot, but a little bit like Hamza Chimaev in a sense that he just gets into the body and just wears you down. Just completely takes your stand-up game away from you. And now De Ridder's got Allen to the ground once again. As good as Brendan Allen is, he just seems hopeless here on the ground. Not hopeless where he's going to give up a submission necessarily, but hopeless for being able to just get back to his feet, separate, and get this thing back to a standing situation. Now De Ridder climbs up the back. He takes Allen down. Once again, Allen's going to slip out and be on top. Look at this. The biggest opportunity now for Brendan Allen, who's on top. And this might be a time you really kind of want to go for it. Yep. Nice upper right there. And a nice elbow by Allen. But when it's surprising that De Ridder lost position, finds himself on his back with Brendan Allen on top, and Brendan Allen's certainly going to go to work here over the next 2 minutes. Just a great opportunity for Allen here with another elbow. And De Ridder looking to roll out of this. Watch out for the armbar. And this is just big for Allen's confidence, right, and ability on the ground. Proven to himself and De Ridder that he can compete there and actually get out of a position and transfer to control time for himself. In terms of significant strikes, it's 21-11 for Allen right now. And he's definitely proven his worth on the ground. When he's in a positive position like this, when he's on top, gaining control, he can land strikes. De Ridder was doing a little bit of that, but not quite as much. And if Allen can keep it here for the next 40 seconds, he's going to win this round. Fans getting a little restless. You know, you're not going to be able to get a stand-up strike game from both fighters in every fight. But the bottom line is this fight's been on the ground for over 9 minutes now out of 10 minutes. So we'll see how this plays out. But Brendan Allen finishes the round on top over the last 2.5 minutes and proving his worth. And De Ridder getting up a little slow. Both guys heading back to the corner now as we get a look. And De Ridder breathing a little bit harder than we've seen him. Obviously after the first round and when he was on top. And these first 2 minutes in round 3 are going to be crucial for both fighters. And the fact you got, I believe that's Bilal Muhammad in the corner of Brendan Allen lets you know that the ground game is sufficient. Right? The ground game is something that they obviously work on. Bilal Muhammad's a guy that showed incredible improvement in his ground game when he was working with Khabib. Now he's transferring that toward Brendan Allen. So a lot of knowledge there. It's a guy you want in your corner for sure. He's a fellow UFC fighter. And here we go, round 3. First 2 minutes crucial. We'll see if Brendan Allen can totally flip this fight. De Ridder shooting right in for a takedown again. And he gets it. Oh boy. Now he climbs it back right away. Yeah, and forget the stand-up game. This is going to be all about position. And De Ridder's got the body triangle, but Brendan Allen's still trying to turn. And it makes it very difficult. And now De Ridder brings him back down to the ground. He's got one arm underneath. Oh boy. Brendan Allen's got to be careful as he pulls the arm down. He's in decent shape right now. And when I say decent, I mean he's giving up his back with the body lock wrapped in. But he's got to spin for sure. And De Ridder's preventing him from doing that. And this doesn't always play well with the judges when you're just on the ground, but you're not landing strikes. You're constantly trying to get a submission, but you can't. You know, it looks like nothing is happening. And Brendan Allen turns, and now he's on top. And this is not good for De Ridder. Great job by Brendan Allen. Yeah, now Daniel Cormier talking about the same thing. It's just like you're just going to the ground looking for submissions. You're not getting them. So what's next? What's the backup plan? And right now there is none for de Ridder. If you're Brendan Allen, this is the way you want the fight to play out, but we're here now, and this fight's going to be fought on the ground because de Ridder is going to continue to shoot for takedowns. And against most opponents, really all opponents outside the top 10, de Ridder's going to take you to the ground, and he's going to submit you within 2 minutes. But as you work your way up the chain, we're seeing it's not as easy with guys like Robert Whittaker, Brendan Allen. This is a pretty even matchup, but Brendan Allen is starting to take charge here in this fight. Now Brendan Allen pounding away, in control, and de Ridder's covering up. Oh my goodness. We're about to fall below 500, y'all. Brendan Allen pounding away now, and de Ridder just taking it. And this is the difference, right? When de Ridder's on top, you're not seeing this. With Brendan Allen on top, he's not even trying to get to a full mount. De Ridder's still got the legs locked, but Brendan Allen much more aggressive on the ground. And this is what de Ridder has got to learn, right? You don't always have to go for the submission. If you can get it, great. But you got to have some ground and pound mixed in there, or it looks like you're just holding and searching for submissions all day. It just won't work against the top 10 unless you're dominant. Under a minute now, round 3. As I told you from the beginning, buckle your seatbelts. We're going to be here for a moment. That's for sure. Brendan Allen back to his feet. He goes back to the ground now. 30 seconds left. 50-12 in significant strikes. Oh. Wow, de Ridder's got the triangle locked in now with the leg triangle, and Brendan Allen in a little bit of trouble here. Oh my goodness. Under 10 seconds. Wow. Luckily for Brendan Allen, this clock's about to run out. Wow. And you got to be careful with a guy like de Ridder. Brendan Allen can beat him on the ground with the mixed martial arts while de Ridder's grappling, but there's still submission ability there. And de Ridder getting up very slowly. And when he once looked dominant in round 1, it's starting to fade now. Brendan Allen is really taking over this fight. De Ridder showing that if you're Brendan Allen, you better be careful. But look at that. Oh my goodness. De Ridder in the corner does not look good. Dang it, man. Swear we're about to fall down to back to under 500. Can't believe this. Unless something crazy happens, I think Brendan Allen's going to run away with this thing. Not because it's easy, but just because he's taking the momentum. And the ground game isn't dominant anymore by de Ridder. And if you're de Ridder, you got to stand up and strike here. I mean, you got to try something else. Oh, now the doctor's in the octagon looking at his eye. Man. Doctor saying he's good. And de Ridder not looking confident right now. I mean, this guy is not looking confident at all. Round 4 is underway. And now Brendan Allen's going in for the takedown. Oh, and he picks up de Ridder. Uh-oh, be careful here. Boom, Brendan Allen takes him down. Oh my goodness, first 12 seconds of the round. And this is not good for De Ridder. I mean, De Ridder's shown that he cannot get out of these positions when Brendan Allen is on top. Yes, there's still submission ability there, but the ground game or the ground and pound by Brendan Allen is ridiculous. And De Ridder's trying to do everything he can not to let Allen posture up, but eventually that's going to happen anyway. And one hammer landed for Allen. Allen really utilizing the elbows here and a couple hammers, not big time. Now he pounds away from behind once again. And this fight is completely changed. De Ridder just has no answer for Brendan Allen on the ground, which is completely surprising because that is basically De Ridder's game. I mean, he must be totally dejected right now, where he finds himself getting beaten at the strength of his game. I mean, that's crazy. That's like if you're a dominant striker and someone just comes in and dominates you on the feet. I mean, it's just De Ridder's dominant on the ground, but he's getting dominated. And I remember when we were doing the prediction for this fight, as we were working our way through, I just kept thinking to myself, like, De Ridder's really good, but also Brendan Allen is a tough guy to beat, man. And he's won a lot of very tough fights, like against Vettori. Man, what a win this would be for Brendan Allen, right? I mean, he'll jump into the top 5 just like that. And it seems like he's always in big fights. And all of a sudden, 14-1 for Brendan Allen, but he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. The problem here for De Ridder is he's just content with being on the ground. Even if he's being controlled, even if Brendan Allen is landing strikes, it's like in his mind he believes that he can figure out a way to get a submission. And right now, Brendan Allen is just showing he's too good. He's landing some big right hands now. Brendan Allen also got to be careful. You can recognize that he's thinking that throughout this fight. But the ground and pound is just taking over. 140 left, round 4. Brendan Allen almost shoved off. He re-engages. And just another dominant round for Allen. This will be 3 in a row for him. So it's getting more likely. Well, at this point, we can just go ahead and say it. De Ridder's going to need a finish. And he's not looking like he has the willpower right now to do so. Very rarely do you see this. A guy who's dominant on the ground, like De Ridder. All of a sudden in round 2, the fight just flips in favor of Brendan Allen, who then dominates on the ground. And this is just sheer domination. Brendan Allen now up to over 11 minutes of control time to just 7 for De Ridder. And at one point, De Ridder was up like 6 minutes to nothing. And all of a sudden, Brendan Allen just flipped everything. 4 takedowns in this fight. 4 takedowns total, 3 of them by De Ridder. And 2 of those 3 takedowns were flipped by Brendan Allen. So you might as well say Brendan Allen has 3 takedowns and De Ridder has 1. That's what it feels like. There's a tap. And it looks like we're going to be heading into a 5th round. And De Ridder's just taking it all day on the ground. And boy, De Ridder's getting up very, very slowly. And he's warned by the ref, if you can't get up and get to your corner, it's over. And he finally gets up. They're going to bring in the doctor once again. That's what the ref's saying. After this minute, it'll give him some extra time with the doctor in. Wow, they're talking about stopping it. We'll see. He's completely exhausted. They're going to stop it? Oh, yeah, they're cutting the gloves. And that's it. Wow, Reinier de Ridder will not come out for round 5. You don't see that a lot in the UFC. And what a win for Brendan Allen, and a dominant win at that. And another one we get wrong this year. And I swear, we're 17 and 18. And yeah, this keeps happening to us, but it's not that I'm not surprised. These fights are tough to predict. And a lot of these guys we're going against are really showing up this year. I mean, it's crazy. De Ridder falls to 21 and 3. Dominant performance by Brendan Allen, who now moves to 26 and 7. And Canada loves it. They're booing a little bit because they want to see a 5th round. But at the end of the day, Brendan Allen is going to get the win. He's getting hugs from his corner. TKO victory for him here. Middleweight division. UFC